We're starting with the pre-draw already done. If you need a tutorial for this pre-draw, I'll link it at the end of this video, or you can find it in the description. Blade and shade is a combination of microblading with light shading. So the first step we're going to do after the pre-draw is the microblading. Now I'm very meticulous when it comes to the very first few strokes, so I really take my time. I take my time with the entire process, but really pay attention to those front strokes. So this pattern you're seeing is a pattern I use on literally every single client. I find that it looks great regardless of your client's hair flow. And this is the pattern I teach my students. And I teach an alternate version of the same pattern for clients who have a slightly different hair flow in the front. Once the first pass is complete, you're going to do a pigment mask. Just really rub the pigment into the skin. Make sure you're getting all those strokes you just did. Go ahead and wipe it, and you should see every single stroke. If your depth was correct with your first pass, every stroke that you did should be visible. Now you can apply the numbing gel, and this is going to penetrate, being that the skin is now open, and you're going to work on the other side. I am speeding it up because my hand is sort of blocking the way anyway, but you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to do your step 1, the entire pattern, just like you see here. Okay, so now the left side is done, and you can see the entire pattern is there. I'm going to show you what the brows look like after the numbing gel has sat for a few minutes. You can see that the strokes are much more visible now. And now we're going to do a pigment mask on the left side. Wipe it. All the strokes are there. Now you can see what the brow looks like once the numbing gel has sat for a few minutes versus what it looks like immediately after before applying the numbing gel. So as you let that sit, the strokes are going to become even more visible. Now the first pass is done, so you're going to go back in and do the second pass, which is when you just go over the exact same strokes again, but now we're going in a little bit deeper. Whether you're looking to break into the brow industry or want to level up your skills to stand out as a brow artist, my Blade and Shade Mastery Training is here to help. This is the only program that combines skill development with business coaching and personalized mentorship. If you're ready to take the next step, click the link in the description and I'll see you in class. I sped up this process because it does take a few minutes to complete. Once you've completed the second pass, you're going to mask it again. And when you wipe, you're going to see just how much more visible those strokes are. And then compare it to the other side that just has one pass. So you see you got to do at least 2 passes when you're doing my blade and shade technique, because the first pass is pretty superficial. The second pass is for the depth, and you can see the second pass now on both brows. And now we're to the final step of my blade and shade technique, which is the shading. Now when you're shading, you have to make sure you do not overshade, because the purpose of the shading is to enhance the microbladed strokes. It's not to cover it up. If you shade too much, you're going to end up covering up your hard work, and it's not going to look very good because it's going to be very hard to see the microblading. So make sure when you're shading that you are checking periodically to make sure you're not shading too much. If you're enjoying this tutorial so far, please be sure to like and subscribe for more. Now you can compare what a blade and shade brow looks like versus just microblading on the other side. They both look good, but the blade and shade just looks more complete in my opinion. So now you're going to shade the other side, and I sped this up because my hand is blocking it anyway. Now that we're done shading, we're gonna do a final pigment mask. I used Fondue from my chocolate collection for her brows. My chocolate collection is a set of inks that I created with permablend pigments specifically for melanin-rich skin. It can be used on a wide range of skin tones. And we're done. Remember to click the link in the description for more information about my Blade and Shade Mastery training, and I will see you in the next video.